Remember I made this wax the other day? Well, I fiddle-farted with it since then. It's a little darker of a mocha color now. And what I put in it then, and I put some in this little jar so it would be easy to get to. This jar fits my brush perfectly. This is DIY wax with faded burlap, weathered wood, and layered chocolate mixed in to end up with something that looks semi-tan in the long run. And then what I'm going to use in the grooves is, and if I need it, I've got a tad of the Best Dang Wax in brown. And you know, now and then sometimes there's going to be a space that doesn't take as much wax or doesn't take as much color or doesn't take color the same, and you know, I will do what I have to when I have to. This is the grunge gray. I'm going to put that in the crevices here, and then I've got my tools together, but I wanted to show you a couple of other things. We've got the wax brushes, and obviously I'll be using that, but in these grooves when I'm applying the gray wax, this is the gray wax, it's just a regular flat artist brush they call it, and if I needed it and I didn't have a waxing brush, this is what I would use. This was probably 97 cents at Lowe's, and I cut those tips out of it because that's the one I used for stenciling the other day. But you could also, that's now got stiff enough bristles that it could be used for waxing. And this French round is good for getting in crevices and details and under stuff that may be not as easy to get to. So that's all my tools I've got out. Well, I'm working on the surface here, and I believe even if, because it's all clear, I mean light colored, you can't see all the grooves as much from that distance. You're going to be able to see them once I start putting this on it. And what I'm doing is applying what I want to be darkest, what I want to, you know, show up the most afterward first, so that it has a little bit of a longer time to seep in. So I know you'll catch part of this, and then the details of this table will show up more once this is in there. Okay, so I'm done with the gray. Set that aside and grab some of this custom blend. See, when you put them side by side, this one looks sort of gray, but when you put them side by side, you can tell it's a lot more, there's a lot more of a taupey kind of a brown tone to it. And we're going to apply that with the big old brush. See how that fits in there? That just pleases me beyond what something like that ought to please a person. Okay. And can you see how that's applying? I'm going to do it over here so you can see a little bit more. I'm not wanting that gray that I put where the wormy holes were and things like that to look splotchy. We're not going for a leopard print here. So I'm wanting to get over those areas pretty quick and sort of erase what of those would be floating on the top and push them farther down into the crevices of the table. Finished with that part now. I'm also going to go back over it real quick with my same brush in a circular motion so there aren't as many finished areas that are straight edges. And see, that pulls up a little bit of that gray, but you know, it's not like it's a, you know, elementary school coloring book. We're not wanting it to be perfectly outlined lines. We're wanting it to look more natural and just old and aged, and like it used to be white and it sat out in somebody's barn for a long time and got dusty in somebody's mama's old kitchen or something like that. And that's a lot to expect of a piece of furniture. Okay, we'll see if I can turn it around. I'm not going to do the big one because I've got all my junk sitting on it right now. Let's see if I can turn this, and we'll do this one. We're going to do the same exact thing. Okay, so let's see, what part can you see the best? Then all you do is just take your rag, and again, I wish I had my terry cloth rags in here with me. I don't. I'm going to use this washcloth, and I'm just going to buff in a circle. And whether you buff hard or whether you buff soft depends on how much at that time of the finish that you're going to remove. This is the point where you decide I could scrub this all the way back off until it was nearly as white as this if I wanted only a faint amount in there. I brought this tiny little rag because I probably will go in those, and this is just where I cut one up, probably will go in these crevices just a little bit so that it isn't too stark of gray, but it's going to more accentuate the panels and the difference in the sizes of the panels and the panels being there because of the dark being through it. So we do want the dark there, but we're not wanting it to have that, you know, hey, I traced it with my crayon look. So trying to get around these edges really good. I'm not going up into the crevices a whole lot. I'm still wanting that to sit there a tad longer. If you go too far and you get too much out, you can always go right over there and get your little brush and put a little more back in and start this over. This in the details here. You would have to be a little more careful about coming out of the crevices and having the stripes show. Okay, I'm going to stop right now. I'm going to come back and buff these more, but I want the amount of color that's on here now to stay on here. Can you see the difference between the two? Because this table started out that color, so that's the difference between the two. But I want to let it dry for at least 6 or 8 hours before I do that. So now I'm gonna turn around here and do the same thing to this one. Same procedure. See there, it's about dry. A little bit harder to wipe off because it's dried on there a little bit longer. A little more on your outside and a little, so we're going to scrub a little more through the center. Okay, I believe that's where that needs to be, and we're going to take this little one. Okay, there's what the top of that one's going to look like, and I'm now going to do the top of the big one and then come back and get the legs. I'm excited about getting, see if I can lift this up where you can see inside this detail here. You'll make sure and get real dark in there because a lot of dust and grime and shadows and things like that would accumulate in there. You're going to leave extra underneath where a shadow would be coming down underneath any areas like that. We're going to leave extra in the, can you see the turns of the legs? I'm going to go through with the gray and put it inside each of the turns of the legs and underneath the bottom of that. And then there's a small crevice here. Both of those will get the deep gray, and then I'll go over that with the custom tan color and get that on and hopefully be done with that part of these today. Then they're going to need to be buffed again tomorrow, and then they're going to need to sit and cure, you know, at least probably a couple of weeks and 30 days to be fully cured and ready to use things on. So if you have any questions or if you have a project you're working on, I would love to see pictures, and thanks for spending time with me. Bye.